They assemble at night, each one having prepared as diligently as possible for the time given to them before the witching hour, the hour of reckoning, the time when they begin outdoor cartoon television. Stray Casts is on the air.
Hey, welcome back to another episode, a special limited edition episode of Stray Casts. I am your host tonight, Ryan Whitaker. Pat is in Alabama doing his Bassmaster thing. Big timing us again. We got an awesome show for you tonight. We're going to start off checking in with Pat Renwick, being a guest on his own show again. He's down in Alabama hanging with a couple of rookies on the Elite Series, Kyle Patrick and Wesley Gore. There they are. I love those guys. And then after that, sliding in from Wisconsin, we've got the winners of the Sturgeon Bay Open Bass Tournament up in Sturgeon Bay about 2.5 weeks ago. Brent TeKulve and Tyler Shanle. We're going to clarify that with Tyler. I've never known how to say his last name, but I love that guy. Yeah, those guys are going to come in, talk about their victory. It's going to be awesome. Directly following that, we're going to have Dennis Bannock and Brian Jackson from the CSBA talking about the big, potentially $30,000 first place tournament on the southern end of Lake Michigan, the Southshore Open. So we're going to have those guys on, and they're going to fill you in on all the info about that tournament and why all of you should fish it. Everybody listening. I got a special co-host tonight coming back for a reappearance. We've got JP High, the hip hop fisherman. He's right there.
Whoa. Thank you,
What's
Ryan.
up, dude?
Thank you back Good to be back behind this tiny desk.
I put a pillow there though, so a little more support. I did that for you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I'm sure I'll thank you at the end of this.
You will. Producing this show again for the, how many years has it been? Seven years, something like that. 6 years.
9.
Thank you. See, that's why he's the producer. Andrew Ellenberger, the Ginger Ninja. Hit that button for yourself. There you go. What's up, Andy?
How are you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. It's still light out, though. This feels weird. This is like the show where it's still light out. I don't like it. But Andy, do you know the game that we play every week on this show?
Tin Cup Word of the Week.
That's right. Every week we do the magic word, tin cup drinking word of the week, and it doesn't have to be booze. It could be anything of your choice: Coca-Cola, water, ginger beer, whatever, if you're fancy. And we've got a special word every week. Every time you hear that word, take a drink of that beverage. And JP's got the word for you. JP, what do you got?
Ooh, sound effects. I want to say brown ones, but I don't want to get canceled. So we're gonna go with every time you say small jaws. Small jaws.
Small jaws.
Yeah, you gotta say it like that. Small jaws.
That's what the special smallmouth fishermen say, right?
Yeah. I got them on a tube.
Small jaws.
Small jaws.
All right. Well, you're going to be in charge of saying that tonight, just so you know.
You got it.
All right. Every time you hear small jaws, take a sip. Before I forget, Stray Cast is the place to win free stuff every week. All you've got to do to be entered to win the prize tonight is like and share the live Facebook feed, and you will be entered automatically to win. And take it off privates. Don't leave it privatized. Take it off private so people can share it. You'll be entered to win a tin cup fun pack, party pack, whatever you want to call it. Going to be awesome. I don't know exactly what it is, but they'll send it over. Get entered in for a Tin Cup party pack. And also, there's going to be 2 winners tonight. A KVD's Line and Lure party pack, BTS, Armor Shield, whole bunch of stuff to shine up your boat, your truck, and get your spool all lubricated so you're not burning your thumbs in this hot weather.
Yeah, I need some line and lure.
Yeah. When you pick up a spook and your spool's been sitting on the deck all day roasting and you try to bomb that thing, I don't know about everybody else, but
Or you just
that hurts.
shave your head and go out in the sun for 20 minutes.
Well, that's what I did. Yeah. That's why I'm wearing a hat, because I never wear hats, right? I wear one every week. But yeah, I burn the hell out of my head. It's not good. Anyway, did I miss anything? I think we're good. Right?
Yeah, I think we're
All right.
going to be checking in with the big boys.
Yeah, we're not going straight to commercial tonight. We're just going to slide right into some undisclosed location in Alabama with the with Kyle Patrick and Wesley Gore and Pat. I don't know where they're at, but let's find out. Andy, you got them?
Ooh,
There they are. What's up, dudes? I can't hear you.
What is that
I
thing?
can hear you now.
Can you hear it? Yeah. There we go. Hey, you guys are doing a phenomenal job. We're here somewhere at Lake Wheeler. In what town is this?
I don't know.
It's not Decatur, but it's by Decatur. And we're hanging out in Kyle Patrick's boat. This is not Kyle Patrick, even though it says it on the screen. I don't know how to do technical stuff. This is Wesley Gore.
I'm Wesley Gore.
Oh, you're Wesley Gore.
I'm Wesley Gore.
He's Wesley Gore. That's right. This is Kyle Patrick. This is Wesley Gore, and I'm Pat Renwick. Hello, Bass Galaxy. And
what's up?
yes.
It actually kind of looks like
And
your
Laura
backyard.
and Mandy are here too from the Bassmasters. They're over. They're our live studio audience as well today.
Oh
And,
wow, you guys have a backyard audience.
Yeah, we have a background audience of the background audience. Yes.
Yes.
So anyway, I called up Kyle today, and I'm like, hey, or yesterday, or one of these days, and I'm like, hey, bud, let's talk some bassing tonight at the beginning of the Stray Cast Show, and give the Bass Galaxy a little checkup on Wheeler Lake, and Ryan and JP, that's just what we got right here. You know what I mean?
Okay.
These two, but Ryan, I think that you can tell. You talked to both of these guys at the beginning of the show for a second.
Yes.
They're hardcore Durbers.
I kind of knew that because they were on the Elite Series too, but yeah.
Well, get
A
this.
30-second
This is your
conversation.
9th place guy in the AOY race. And this right here is your 10th place guy in the AOY race. They're
Wow, look
rookies.
at you guys.
Yeah, I mean, look at it. I'm sitting between 9 and 10. It makes me 9.5.
Yeah.
And these two dudes, what have you missed? Just one check each this year?
Yeah.
Is that correct? And both in Florida, go figure.
Yeah.
Both in Florida.
Crushing.
It's possible that, we could potentially both miss this week, but we could also both make.
Let's be honest. How many times have you said that this year?
No. Like
not many.
Many.
Really?
You don't understand. Like,
No.
Seriously?
Yeah.
it is hard.
Okay.
It's hard for an outside perspective to look in and be like, oh, like they always say it's tough, but like this time it's different. It truly is. Like this is going to be one of the hardest tournaments in the past probably 2 years or 3 years on the Elites, other than maybe the Sabine, but I think I'd rather be on the Sabine.
What's making it so tough?
I don't know. Wesley's from here. He probably has better insight than me.
I'm not like the local hammer by any means, but I've been here some. I really don't know what's going on. There's not a lot of groups out there. You will see people catch them out of groups. I happen to not find one this week. I looked at everything that I've known they got on in the past and put 23 more hours on my boat of looking and never come across a group. The grass there is still some grass out there, but it's star grass, or it's not good grass.
Like
There's hardly
eelgrass?
any eelgrass, and there's no drilla out there, which is what made this place blossom and be so good for the last 2 or 3 years, and it's all gone. So I think the fish are real spread out. We still got some really cool mornings, like in the morning the water's 75, 76. Then it gets scalding hot later in the day, and it increases up to 83, 84. I know that's surface temperature, but
Yikes.
you know, I think that the cooler nights have kind of got things messing up. I've seen a shad spawn this week, but there's no fish in it. I think it's just really confusing with what's going on with some cooler temperatures in the morning. The fish haven't fully committed to being out there. And also, this year, everywhere I've been in the country, I feel like it's a 3 or 4 weeks behind. So I wouldn't be surprised that the fish are behind here as well.
Behind.
That's smarter than I would have said.
That sounds about right to me.
For me,
The
it's just
shad
like
spawn with no fish in
they
it. I was like,
not jump in boat because I use my live scope, and that's how it is.
well, there's no doubt that that body of water is rich in Bassmaster history and tournament history. I mean, going back the '74 Classic, you guys know who won that, right? Who won that?
I don't have
74.
That's right, Tommy Martin. Yeah, that's right.
Tommy. Yeah, Tommy's built like a fire hydrant. Like to this day, if you punch Tommy Martin in the arm, it'll break your hand.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah, for real. It's a true story.
You know what's funny about this lake too is that when Takahiro won, I forget, was that 2007?
16.
16.
Oh, 16. Whoa. Sorry.
7 plus 9.
6. 7 plus 9. That's where my
You
math
meant 17. I got it.
But like that same exact spot still plays today, and you rarely see that. I feel like, across the country in different lakes where the same spot, like the same, quarter mile or like half mile area is so good.
Yeah, especially when somebody wins $100,000 on ESPN on that spot.
Yeah,
Right.
they tend to go back there and
And
grab
wins,
it.
wins by 20 pounds at that, or 15. It blows. it
Yeah,
out.
that was an incredible derby, all that top water stuff. But then who could forget legends like Jeremy Starks winning in 2008.
That place where he won at is still like one of the major community holes still to this day. Like we just named the 2 most major community areas on the lake, right by the boat ramp and the first of our islands.
Yeah,
You're going to see probably half the field in those 2 areas tomorrow.
Yeah.
50-50.
Named
You
him.
know,
yeah.
Now I know
JP's right.
exactly where to go.
Hey, you know where they all can't fit though, and even though it's not a Bassmaster derb, was when old Johnny Cox won the Forest Wood Cup.
Yes,
I mean,
yes, the Forrest L. Wood Cup.
yes, that was one of my favorite Wheeler derbs. Did you guys look at any of that? Is that what's
he supposedly did.
I mean, that was
Yeah, how many people been?
Oh, I went so far back the Flint. I think that's the river he won out of.
Yeah.
I went so far back. I was breaking branch. I was like straight Keith Pocheing it, and
You mean fighting Ish Monroe?
You were jumping roads.
yes,
So I didn't know what you meant.
and I did not catch a bass, but
That's
maybe
been the
Fighter
story of
squeezes
the
back
whole
there
week.
and
That's
catches
been the
one.
whole story of the week. It's like when you get a bite, you're like, I actually got a bite today. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like I'll call Wesley and be like, dude, I just caught one. And he's like, really? I'm like, yeah. No, really. And like flipping a piece of wood. Wesley caught a 5-pounder today. He's got lunker of the practice.
You did?
Yeah.
That was yesterday.
Yesterday. Sorry.
Wow.
You won.
That'll go a long way.
I went and put in at the top end of the river, went to the dam. I fished up there for a little bit. I think I caught 6 or 7 bass, all spotted bass that were about 14 inches. Come out, put the end down here, idled for like 4 or 5 hours, went and flipped the first lay down I did in the river, caught a 5 1/4.
You gotta like it.
That's not bad. Careful, your competitors might.
It was just a rando sitting there. But I mean, you just said it right there. You flipped 100 more laydowns, and these guys have bass fishing just embedded in their brains. That's all they know. I once heard Kyle Patrick say, "Get this, Bass Galaxy, Ryan and JP." Kyle Patrick once said, "If I didn't have bass fishing, I would die. I would die without bass fishing."
Did I say that?
Yeah, he said that. Yeah, I read it on the internet. It's true. It's
Okay.
definitely true. And Wesley, you just flat out said, "I don't do nothing but fish. I don't know how to do nothing else but fish."
Yeah, that's,
I tried college. I got out of college.
Under Wesley's
I was the valedictorian in school.
Yes.
Dropped out of college.
Yes.
and I know nothing besides fishing and working. So if I'm not fishing, I'm working. So it is what it is. I'd much rather fish than have to go work.
They go hand in hand. They go. See, you see how he did it. He's a pattern guy.
He's a pattern. You're right, Pat.
He
When you
patterns
said it-
life.
When
dude.
you said it earlier, I was like, what? I was like, that makes sense, but it does. But now it really makes sense. Like
Yeah.
Wesley is a pattern guy.
He's a strong. I've been in the boat with you, shared the boat with you. Saw you're a pattern dude, looking for specific docks, specific stuff under docks. I saw your brain, and I know your daddy taught you that stuff,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
I mean, that's deer hunting 101.
100%
Patterns right there.
pattern.
You know, on Wesley's Bassmaster profile, it actually says under hobbies, all I do is fish.
See, that's what you told me in the boat. I mean, that's all you know how to do,
I
bud.
figured you cared about me talking about working or skinning deer or whatever else I do. That's not very fun to talk about.
There's something I gotta know about Kyle after reading his profile. Kyle, you mentioned surfing in
Yeah,
your hobbies,
Yeah.
and then I noticed that you're from Cooperstown, New York. Tell me where you're surfing. Where are you surfing?
right at the
No,
Baseball Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
They got one of those tanks set up where it's simulated
Yeah.
surfing.
Right.
It's
Kyle
got to be
gets in
several
there. He
hours
also
from the
did
ocean, right?
horseback rides there too. His other hobby.
So my dad he surfs a lot, and we used to take trips down to like Gloucester. You know Wicked Tuna?
Yeah.
The show Wicked Tuna. So Gloucester, Massachusetts. We used to surf, in the winter. So it was all wintertime deals, and I took a few trips, out to Mexico, to do some like surfing in the no wetsuit on. I mean, we got giant thick wetsuits in Gloucester because there's no swell unless it's the winter, because of the the way the wind's set up and all that.
Yeah.
Would you go surfing with him?
No.
No.
Wesley would get it.
Oh, we're
Laura
talking-
or Mandy, would you go surfing with Kyle Patrick here if he invited you? Well, you'd cover it for Bassmaster, of course.
I love surfing. I'll send you a picture. I have some cool pictures of surfing.
Yeah. Are we talking? Are we talking shortboard, longboard?
bass boat, much less a surfboard. I mean, let's just get real here. Y'all really believe this fool can surf? He fell off the front of his bass boat.
Yeah.
If you notice, he had good grip on it.
I know.
He
He
did.
did.
It's not as responsive
It's like
as
a
a surfboard,
marsupial. You just grabbed right on.
He's looking for the
I think
picture
it's
right now.
gainful
Look at it.
weight, like all of us have in our days of getting a little older. And
See, Elite
I don't
Series.
think he's got it in him anymore. Even if he could before.
You get up on the board. Oh, he's digging out surf
Oh,
pictures
dude.
now.
Yeah,
Straight up.
He's like, oh yeah, F you guys. I got surf
Come on.
pictures.
You can Photoshop anything.
Oh yeah. Yeah, wait, hold on. This,
Hold that up real
this might
close.
be Jeff Spicoli from Fast Times at Ridgemont High, but I don't. Or it could be Kyle Patrick. Here you go.
Swipe through them.
I mean,
Are you sure you want the ladies to swipe through this phone, Kyle?
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, I've got some good ones. Look at that one. That's airborne, son.
Damn, you are airborne right there. Well, that's on Champlain.
Yeah,
That's all right.
I know how to surf. I promise.
That is
Oh,
awesome. I'm kind of
goodness.
obsessed with surfing, so I was excited when I heard that. I haven't gotten to do it enough myself, but yeah.
Hey,
If you ever
Ryan.
want to go on Lake Michigan, let's go. You can
I'm
surf.
in.
He'll do
I've
it.
heard there's some really good surf on the Great Lakes. Like,
There is some
actually-
spots. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll get killed.
Yeah.
It's in the winter too, though, so you got to dodge like ice
Yeah,
chunks.
it's
Shit like
ridiculous.
I'll let y'all stay
Hey,
in
hey,
the water.
Ryan, get this. I gotta tell you, back to the Durbin. Listen
Yep.
to this. So you know our buddy Seth. He won a lot of money
that-
at home. Our
Oh,
buddy
yeah, that-
fighter.
Yeah.
Before he was in Elite, he won a lot of money at home, local Durbs, right?
Mm-hmm.
This dude here told me right here that that's all he did was at home.
He does. I can
mean-
attest. He wins a lot of money. He wins. And
He's like you, Popcorn.
I just
still
get
go when I
second
can.
and third now.
That's how I used to support myself. I mean, was like I guided, 50 to 80 times a year, which was still good, consistent money. But I won the mass amounts in tournaments, and I don't get to do that as much anymore, and I don't feel like I should, just because I have the opportunity to do this, not like some people do. But when I get the chance, I still like to go down there and beat up on them a little bit.
Did you say 50 to 80?
Guide trips a year.
Oh, guide trips. Okay, I thought you.
Oh
were
no, I
talking-
mean I think
dude, let me put it into perspective. Hold on. So I got to Wesley's house. What was it? Friday?
Yeah.
Friday. I got there. He fished Friday night tournament. Saturday, he fished all day Saturday in a tournament. And then Saturday night, he fished in a tournament. And he made like $3,000 in 2 days. I didn't even unpack my truck. I literally didn't even unpack my truck. He walked in. I'm like, what are you doing? Not tournament. I'm like, geez.
Not tournament. That's all he knows, man.
I love the hustle, man. That's awesome. I mean, you live in a place where you can do that. You got to do it.
You can fish 7 days a week if you want to. I've really turned into a night fisherman. I keep talking about I wish Bassmaster would have one nighttime tournament a year. That would be amazing because I've got to where I enjoy that. It's not hot. There's no bugs. There's no boats. It's just dark and it's you and whatever else
And a
is
big
out
blade.
there. And a big spinner blade.
Big old hub
freaking
cap.
knots.
Yeah, I mean, why would they not? Well, liability maybe, but
Bassmaster representatives, can we
Let it fly.
suggest to you
We need a knot
I need
tournament.
like
Yeah.
night vision goggles for the camera.
night vision goggles? That's a
Not
There you
great
go.
idea.
there you go.
Yes.
New sponsor.
You would be Kyle the Nighthawk. You really would. Yes,
Kyle
you.
just
No, he
can
would
shoot
be
photos
Kyle
and,
the
like, full
Mayflower.
flash.
Oh man. Hey, you guys have done nothing. They've done nothing but complain, Ryan, in Bass Galaxy. They've done nothing but complain that they're not. I was talking to Kyle today. He caught one on the phone. He's like, "Oh my god, a keeper!"
I did.
I mean, it was.
It's
like when my kid first caught a fish.
I did.
Yeah.
It was amazing. It was amazing.
I did. I caught a 15.5 inch smallmouth. I think it probably weighed
Oh, a small
pound
jaw?
3/4, and I was excited.
That's a big one.
It is a big one. It's a big one.
You got a small jaw?
Small jaw. Yeah. Hey, that's the word of the week. If you guys got drinks,
Oh, small jaw.
Yeah.
JP's gonna randomly say it.
Yeah, small jaw again.
You'll see a bunch of people weigh the small jaws anymore.
There you go. Now it's trending now.
It's not my favorite word to say. but-
Well, it happened.
We should go the
Yeah.
brown cow.
It happened this week. Hey guys, I know you got a lot of things on your plate, like a big tournament going on
Yeah.
tomorrow. You know,
Yeah.
you got to go to work
Yeah.
and all and all that good stuff. But if you could do this for me, these ladies here, these two other co-hosts here, and the whole Bass Galaxy, you keep your chins up, boys.
Yeah, you're
Come
right.
on.
You're right.
You're Elite Series
Yeah.
anglers. You're the ones that can figure out how to do this. You can catch them, Wesley Gore. You can catch them, Kyle Patrick.
Thanks, Pat.
When the Russians bombed Pearl Harbor, we didn't give up. We kept going. We won it. We learned. We won. And
Yeah.
you two boys can win.
I appreciate
That's
it.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, since we're on motivational speeches, let me
Yes.
give. We haven't done a rookie edition of Bass and Stats yet.
Oh, did
And I
you
got
pro
some Bass and
Ronnie?
Stats for you guys? Yeah.
Did you get
Ronnie
the
was
pro Ronnie?
It's Wednesday. What do you think?
Oh.
Yeah.
Before church?
Yeah.
Good. Good. Okay. So you got some
All right.
stats on these guys.
I got some
From
stats
Ronnie
for you
Moore.
guys. Kyle, we might have done it for you like one tournament into the season, so it's going to be different.
Yeah, when you were on with Trey McKinney,
Oh, yeah.
the famous Trey McKinney
Yeah,
episode.
yeah.
Yes.
Give God glory.
Let's start with Wesley, just to boost you guys' confidence a little bit. Tell you what you've been doing on the tour. Wesley, you fished 26 Bassmaster tournaments. You finished in the money 15 times. Awesome. 3 top 10s already. You have caught 783 pounds of bass. Bassmaster only. Obviously, you probably caught that last week at home, right?
At night.
at night only.
Hey,
Yeah.
now,
I had a pretty good
You've made $101,158 in your short Bassmaster career, and you are averaging. So you said you caught a 5-pounder today. You're
Yes.
averaging $129 per pound of bass you're catching.
Oh,
Wow.
That's pretty good.
That was a $600 fish.
100 equals that's some deadliest catch quota.
Oh, yeah, I'll
equivalent.
take that.
129 bones a pound.
Yeah, that's a lot of bones.
That's better than tuna shells.
And
Yes, sir. Tell David Gaston what you got going
That's
on.
exactly right.
You know what I mean?
I don't have
and you're averaging $3,890 per tournament.
3,089 covering the fee.
Yeah.
With only
Keep
5
that in your
weeks.
brain.
Yeah.
Yeah,
some of that's
hey,
open.
that's amazing. Seriously, those are great stats for
Yeah.
a rookie.
rookie
Green.
season, not even through yet.
Just
Yeah.
Pretty
working,
good.
working and
Four
fishing.
more left.
Yeah. All right, let's do Kyle.
How about this New Yorker?
Kyle, New Yorker, surfer,
Horseback
Skill.
rider, fruit
water
bat,
skill. Yeah.
guano crazy.
33 tournaments for Kyle. 1 win at the Ozark Open last year. 19 times in the money. 4 top 10s. You've got 931 pounds of bass and won $156,150. And you are averaging 167 pounds. 167 pounds. per
Talk
pound.
to me.
Wait, you say 167 bones a pound?
Yes, sir.
Dollar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you
And
were,
you're
what was
averaging-
Wes?
Wes is
winning now.
129.
You're winning the house.
Well, he's got me in
Yeah.
every tournament.
I've beat him every tournament but one this year.
Well, he's in
And
ninth.
he's beating me in points.
I know. That's what I'm saying. He's got you in dollars per pound. He's got you in AOY points.
But I've got
And
the
that-
best bet 4 times out of 5.
Yes,
Oh.
he does.
And you make it up. Make up the ground tomorrow.
Kyle's got
Where it's
7
at.
more tournaments than you as well.
Yeah.
But Kyle, you're averaging $4,731 a tournament.
Dang.
I need to keep that up. Those are going to be hard.
Yeah.
That's going to be hard to keep up.
Keep going.
I mean, and all kidding
No.
aside, let's just get real about this phenomenal year for the rookies on the Bassmaster Elite Series. And these two boys are 2 prime examples of proper bassing men. Doing it right and doing it. And look where they stand right now. Again, 9 and 10 in AOY points, and only 1 time they didn't cash a check this year on their freshman year of the Elite Series. So, yikes.
It's not terrible.
Very tough.
Let's give it up for these 2 right here. Yeah.
Good job, Wes.
Now, how many we got to go? How many more this year?
4.
4 more?
Four?
Yeah. We got Bama and then the New York swing.
And the North Swing.
Yeah.
Kyle's
Kyle's
probably
from there.
excited for that one. Yeah.
But here's something I got to tell you, Kyle. They don't let you hand line crawdads anymore. I know that's how you used to catch them when you were a kid. Just hand lining the
I
craws.
loved doing that.
It's a get. So let me ask you guys one closing question, and we'll get to the back to the Sturgeon Bay winners. Excited
Yes, sir.
about that. Excited about that. So
Small.
if you had a choice, Wesley Gore, if you could use a live scope in a tournament or live bait in a tournament, live scope over live bait.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
You.
Same.
I thought
Okay.
you were going to ask me like no live scope or live scope.
No. I don't. I'm not going to ask a silly question like that. This
You
is-
say that? In Florida, it would depend on where we were.
Yeah, absolutely.
In Florida, I would choose shiners over live.
Well,
scope.
see,
No,
that's
you
what I
can't-
think.
hey,
If
listen,
you
you
have,
can't
if
cherry
you can,
pick.
if you know about bass location, fish location presentation on the in-fisherman Al Linder system,
Yep,
then you can. I don't even know what just happened to me, but you
it made sense.
You got Linder, right?
you could use live bait. I'd pick live bait because
But it's
I'm not an elite angler, but I feel like you could drift them live crawdads.
yeah, you could.
Free
Sure.
line,
That would be dialed.
free lining them. You know what I mean?
Drop shot in the crawler.
Bucket of shad.
I get a bucket of shad and one of those Whataburgers to go. You know what I mean? Give me one of those.
Give me a few of them Whataburgers to go.
Can you imagine freelining a gizzard shad on the flats at daylight? You
Oh
probably get thumped.
Oh, you know it's gonna happen.
You know what? I may use
You
live
know it's
bait.
gonna
Here,
happen.
I may use live bait too, actually.
Hey, all right, man. It's a big day. Tomorrow is event number 6 on the Bassmaster Elite Series. These 2 boys are way up here. I got a chance at anything. I think you guys can do it, man.
Like
You can
that.
do it. You can do it. Thanks for coming on the Stray Cash Show.
Yeah,
for
thanks,
having me.
guys.
Yeah, a little pre-game action today. And Ryan and JP, you guys are doing a phenomenal job in there.
Thank you, sir.
Is there any cheesy poofs left, or
There were cheesy
Give them
poofs?
all to you?
I didn't even know.
No, there's a bag of hot popcorn on top of your fridge.
Oh, feel free. Okie doke.
Spicy.
Yeah, that's. You
I know what
the
I'm
deal.
doing
That's
during
all
the
yours,
commercial break.
JP. Hi. Hey, thanks guys, and congratulations again to the Sturgeon Bay winners. And I'm looking forward to hearing all about the big Chicago Northwest Indiana bass fishing tournament, potentially up to $30,000. Biggest tournament ever to hit Chicago since the Bassmaster Classic in 2000. Yeah, it's a lot of rubles.
Yeah.
Kyle, anything you want to say to the Bass Galaxy before we get out of here?
No, thanks, Bass Galaxy. You guys are the best. Keep bassing. That's all I got to say.
Keep on bassing.
Keep on
I like
bassing.
it. Wes Gore, what do you guys say?
I appreciate you letting us be on here, and
It's my
thanks
pleasure.
for y'all to watch. And hopefully, me and him both can bring some big ones across the stage, and for y'all to watch tomorrow as well.
And Wesley signing the paperwork now for not fishing.
Yeah.
Mandy and Laura,
Awesome.
anything you want to say before we get out of here? Yell it.
Thanks for letting us be in the audience.
Oh, come on.
Oh.
Thanks for coming.
I would
These guys.
like to thank my sponsor.
Yeah, come on. This is your Mercury move of the day with Laura Agee.
It's
AG.
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 AG. AGIOU and sometimes Y.
Yes. Sure.
They're like, who's pulling up in the Bassmaster Toyota Tundra?
Yeah. They're coming from Whataburger.
All right. Peace.
Thank you, guys.
Love
Good
you
luck
guys.
tomorrow.
Frank.
Thank
See
you
ya.
both.
I like the confetti. Look
Yes.
at
Awesome. All right. Well,
Those crazy guys.
let's put the power poles down, take a short commercial break, and we're going to be back with the Sturgeon Bay Open winners, Brent TeKulve and Tyler Shanle. Be right.
There's a moment when you're faced with a challenge, and just solving the problem isn't good enough, even if that means breaking the rules and shredding apart conventional ways of thinking, all in the name of creating something truly remarkable. With this much control at its command, we didn't stop with just one. We created two incredible trolling motors. Introducing the new Power Pole Move brushless trolling motor.
This is the mountain, and this is mountain whiskey. Unspoiled, untamed, forever wild. There's no safety net, no way down. Up here, it's just man and the mountain and his tin cup. Tin Cup whiskey. Mountain whiskey.
Omnia Premium Pro gives you the confidence to eliminate dead water on thousands of lakes across the U.S. Exclusively on the Omnia app, use 10 unique data layers containing critical real-time mapping information to see water temperature, water clarity, contours, lake bed hardness, and important weather data all in one place. Matched with Omnia's loyalty credit program on all your tackle and gear needs, this is the only app you need in your arsenal for success on the water.
Nice, dude.
Yeah, buddy.
Come take part in the inaugural Southshore Bass Open, which is set to be the largest team tournament with the highest payouts ever seen on Illinois and Indiana waters of Lake Michigan, coming to Hammond Marina August 3rd through 4th, 2024. Lake Michigan and its tributaries are home to impressive mixed bags of largemouth and smallmouth bass that are sure to create exciting weigh-ins for spectators and anglers alike. Bring your family and friends to Hammond Marina to enjoy food and beverages along with tackle and boat vendors, kids games, a live DJ, and of course a live weigh-in where a first place prize of up to $30,000 will be awarded based on a 150 boat field. Thanks to collaboration with the Horseshoe Hammond Casino, Hammond Marina, South Shore Conventions and Visitors Authority, and CalSag Bass Anglers. Registration is live for the Southshore Bass Open at southshorecva.com/SS Bass Open.
Welcome back to Stray Cats Outdoor Cartoon Television. Still the glorified version of the Bass Fishing Talk Show. And coming on next, the Sturgeon Bay Open Bass Tournament champions, Brent TeKulve and Tyler Shanle. Yeah. What's up, Brent? Tyler, am I butchering your last name?
No, it's Shanle.
Ah, no, I told you. JP was without me. What's going on, guys? How are you?
Good. What's cooking?
Good. We got both.
What's up, Ryan? JP, nice to see you. We're hanging in the bass caves.
Yeah, it's a good sign when you got bass fishermen on. If they're in the garage, it's a good place for a bass fisherman to be.
I'm taking it from the boat. Actually moving wave points around right now on the units. So
nice.
He called them wave points. That's hilarious.
It's a wave point for me.
Love it.
Wherever I know the waves are crashing.
Well, hey, congratulations, guys.
Again,
I know I was lucky to be there in person and see it all go down. But again, I mean, it's such a huge deal. It's such a great tournament, and I know you guys have been trying for a while. But I mean, how's that feel? I mean, I know you guys have been working on it. Is it still set? Is it setting in, or is it set in, or is it over? What's going on?
Well, the boat's not sold yet, so I don't know if it's set in. But yeah, dude, Tyler and I have been working at this now for like 8 years. Slowly getting better, but I would say, Tyler, like the last 4 years, it started clicking. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah,
and,
I mean,
dude,
we grew up fishing up there, and Brent and I just started fishing it together the last really 8 years or so. But yeah, the last couple of years, we've just been making the right decisions at the right times. You know, we instead of doing always what's going on in practice, you know, we always play the conditions now for what's actually happening Friday, Saturday, which has changed a lot for us.
Yeah, I know. I ran into you guys at one of the ramps in practice, and I think you were pulling out at like 9 o'clock. You're just like, it's terrible. We're out of here. And
Yeah.
I didn't do that, and you guys won. So you guys were on the right. You're on the right track, getting the hell out of there.
I think I ran into you, Brian. Like, what was it? Thursday? Was it Thursday? I ran into you at the ramp.
Yeah, I think so.
I think so. But
Yeah,
it wasn't very sexy though.
No. I mean, I saw you guys there, and you were bailing, and I'm like, yeah, I think this is my first time up there really at that time of year, and I wasn't liking it either. But I'm like, maybe in this sea of 60 boats, there's some fish, and no, there weren't.
We like to stay away from the boats if we can.
Yeah,
we try not to get in the crowd. These fish are so pressured. Ryan, you obviously saw it this year. I see it. Eric, and you put a post up, somebody cutting you off during the tournament, huh?
Yeah. We were by ourselves too. There was nobody really near us at all, and we were just sitting there. We had a little group of fish in front of us, and guy just came out of nowhere, sat down right on top of our lines basically, and then just started doing circles on trolling motor about 20-30 feet from us.
And that video went like viral. That's what's wrong with social media.
Wow,
you are correct.
I'm gonna see that guy this weekend, dude. Do
you know who it was, Brent? Who what?
Yeah,
I didn't see who it was.
Yeah, Brent told me who. I don't need to blast the guy, but it just wasn't cool. I wasn't in the mood for it, and
Oh, I was just pointing out that's what
you handled it. You handled it well, Ryan.
I appreciate that. If it was 10 years ago, it would not have been handled that way. I've learned that if I get too worked up, it just hurts me. So I'll just say what I need to say.
Dude, we're all getting older.
Yeah, man. How about that? It's not good.
Yeah.
Not me.
But as JP was saying, he said, like it's that video did kind of gain a lot of traction, and that kind of pissed me off. Like, I put it up because I thought it was semi-entertaining or whatever. But the fact that gets, that's the most views I've ever had on a video.
Really?
And by far,
even like state record
even,
video or nothing from down there.
Not even close. It's
Really?
not even close. No. And that just says a lot about what people are in. It's just all controversy. I hate it. I always try to click on the positive posts and not click on the controversial ones. Keep it positive. But anyway, let's get off of that. I want to know the history. I mean, you guys have been fishing teams for what, about 8 years, and specifically this tournament about 8 years as well? Is that right?
Yeah. So we, Tyler and I teamed up. We were fishing Great Lakes, clubbers, and then we just kind of hooked up and then started fishing the Open and a couple other smaller opens around here. And I think, when it comes to team tournaments, Ryan, you and I kind of talked about that. It's like you got to gel with your partner. Otherwise, things can go bad in a hurry. And for some reason, Tyler and I think alike, and we never really get in an argument at all. Might get on each other a little bit, but we don't.
We tell each other when they're going to catch a fish. That's for sure.
Yeah.
We definitely. I think day 2, he didn't want to put this rod. Well, he wanted to change rods, and I told him he's going to catch a kicker here yet on what he was throwing, and sure enough, he put the kicker in the boat right at the end there before we left that spot. But
yeah,
a big old small jaw.
A big old small jaw. Yeah. That is the drinking word.
Of that, right?
Yeah. But yeah, the team tournament, I know you guys have both probably fished a lot of individual tournaments. Brent, you won one of the bigger singles divisions in the biggest in Wisconsin, the Southshore Bass, and that's the singles division. But I don't think a lot of people realize how much different of a dynamic it is when you've got a partner in the boat versus fishing alone. Explain what's the difference to you other than having a guy to bounce ideas off? What's different about a day of fishing by yourself in the tournament versus with a partner?
I'll go here, Brent, because I fished Brent's circuit, right? I fished the Wisco Singles Series.
And
so I get to do it a lot.
You gotta give Kyle a little credit.
Kyle's got to get a little love. But during the Singles Series, I get in a hurry a lot more by myself, right? If I'm not catching them, I'm changing, I'm reeling faster, I'm moving, and I think with the team dynamic, you can kind of almost talk yourself to go slower, make the right move instead of just a move, right? We're always constantly in practice, throwing different baits. Even, during the tournament, we'll start with different baits till we key in on what's actually, the hot deal for the day. But it's different. I think I fish slower, definitely, with Brent in the boat. I don't know if it's just because he's slow or what, but definitely faster when it's just me.
Thanks, Tyler.
Okay, Brent, you got anything to add to that?
I got a lot of comments. No, but that's, I ask guys on stage, Ryan, when I'm emceeing for Wisco, is the difference between a singles and team, and not just the net or landing fish, but it does come down to decisions, right? So it is nice to bounce ideas off, but it's also nice, we'll jack each other up if we don't think one is doing what we're supposed to be doing. And,
Right.
Fishing the day really started helping us, like Tyler said before. And when we started doing that, probably 4 years ago, we started really fishing the day. We bombed, I think 4 years ago, we bombed day 1 really bad. And we were kind of out of it. And we fished the conditions in the day on day 2. And I don't know, Tyler, can you recall? We had one of the bigger bags of day 2 then.
I think,
and that kind of, the light bulb came.
Okay. Yeah, I see. Fish in the moment. That's always, especially on a smallmouth fishery. Those fish move so much. You got to follow them, and you guys did that with perfection. I mean, did you guys went into this tournament the night before the tournament? Did you think you were going to win?
No, not at all, Ryan. I mean, we knew we had quality fish, but we didn't know with it being slack water on day one. We knew it was going to be a grind to catch our fish because we weren't looking at them, and we knew that the betting deal was going to really play on day one for sure. But we didn't think we were on the winning fish by any means. But we knew we were on good fish. We thought a top 10 for sure, but not 57 pounds and a win. That wasn't in the plan, but it worked out.
It's such a hard tournament to win.
Yeah. Very hard tournament to win. And then, I mean, with what you weighed, you guys weighed 26.10 the first day. And where were you sitting after day one? I mean, there was a lot of bags right close to that, I feel like.
Hey, Ryan.
Yeah, Andy.
Tyler, I just need Tyler to turn his radio.
What's that, Andy?
I got to have Tyler turn the computer down just a bit. I'm just getting a little feedback.
Oh, Tyler, can you turn your volume down?
Oh, volume? Yeah.
On your, yeah. He's getting an echo.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
How's that? Perfect.
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
That's better.
All right. Yeah,
All right,
day one,
yeah.
we were sitting 12th or 13th, I think.
Okay.
Tied. We were pretty ecstatic about that actually on day one with no wind. We caught a lot of fish on day one, surprisingly.
Yeah.
That wasn't in the plan either, but it was all day. Day one.
Yeah, and specifically because there were so many fish on beds, that no wind, and I mean we had a little fog, but for the most part that was like I was sight fishing, and that was a dream sight fishing day, and I knew right away. I'm like, everybody who is looking at him is gonna sack them today, Yeah. And obviously you guys were. I mean, just fishing them with no wind. I don't know how you're able to get that many bites. I mean, that's pretty impressive. Talk about was there any adjustments that you made for those conditions, like bait adjustments, anything like that?
Brent came in.
Ryan, this started. Oh, go ahead, Tyler.
Go ahead, Tyler.
So this
Brent's
started. Am I?
Brent's got a delay.
All right.
There's a delay on Brent that's probably like 5 seconds.
Brent's got to go in the house. His Wi-Fi in the garage is too far away. It's time for bed, Brent.
Probably is.
Yeah, no, on day one, we didn't really land on them right away. I think we caught a couple in the morning after some adjustments, and I think by 9:30 we only had 2 fish in the box, and Brent told me to get off the trolling motor because we were moving too fast, and we were on like 2 on the trolling motor. We weren't moving very fast, in my opinion. And as soon as I stopped, he hooked up, and then I threw the same bait out because it was like 40 minutes without a bite, and he told me to slow down, and immediately, right when he said slow down, I got a bite, and then we started to put the hurting on him. But it was really slowing down, not just your bait, but your boat and your movement. Mm-hmm. And where we were fishing deeper, but you could see fish on live scope from 25 feet to 5 feet of water, and you could see them, but you weren't catching the ones that were within 120 feet of your boat. That's for sure.
Okay.
So when you're up there and it's an aquarium and they're kind of in that pre-spawn funk, and you're looking down and you see them, like those are hard fish to catch, and we weren't catching those. Long casts, slow as you can go, don't move the boat, not rocking it. That was the key adjustment on day one for sure.
Wow.
Okay, I get why he kept saying slow down in the beginning of the interview. Like he's like, that's the best thing about my partner. It tells me to slow down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Brent, you got him trained good. Slow down.
He does.
Well,
so you didn't think you're gonna win, and you had to slow down. Do you guys want to give up any of the baits you're throwing? Or if you don't, I totally understand. You're gonna fish again next year.
Catch all those small jaws.
those small jaws, they were picky. That's for sure. I guess that Carolina rig lizard still works out there, Ryan.
Oh yeah.
He's lying, dude. He's lying through his teeth.
I was.
Yeah.
I never threw a lizard, but
There's
I did
not a
throw
whole
carp.
lot of secrets.
Okay.
I don't
So nothing.
think there's a whole lot of secrets left. But you know, I hate to say it, but the tried and true tube, dude, you can fish it so many different ways. And I think, you know, the way we were fishing it so slow, got the bites.
You know what's better? A tightrope baby fireworks super jig.
See, we didn't have any of them in the boat this week.
It's better than the tube.
Ryan, bring some up.
I will for state. We'll have a whole bunch of them. We just got a huge stock of them, so
there you go.
Yeah, we will have them.
Nice.
Why in
shameless plug I just did.
Why is this tournament? This is obviously this is the 34th. This was the 34th annual Sturgeon Bay Open. Why do you think this tournament is so prestigious? I mean, there's a lot of open tournaments around the Midwest and the North, and this one seems like, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it's got to be the biggest.
Yeah, you just
open tournament.
You just beat the
in the
Johnsons,
North.
boys.
Yeah, I mean, you got the Johnsons coming down from Canada. You got every smallmouth, every obsessive smallmouth fisherman comes from all over the country to fish this tournament. Why do you think that is? I mean, I've never seen another one like that.
Well, the fishery, you know, is consistently getting better, and the fish are getting better, and that's everywhere, right? As far as the Great Lakes go, you know, Ontario and here obviously, and they're getting bigger, and I mean, there's controversy about the numbers, but whatever. But they are getting more pressured, and I just think 34 years of a tournament this big, you know, semi-pro style tournament, when you have a lot of the Elite Series anglers in it, and then, you know, the locals that kind of live around here, it's a tough one to win, like you said, Ryan. And it's all, in my opinion, it's about adjustments. I've been fishing this. I remember when Gussie started fishing this, because like 20 years ago, you know, I didn't know what the hell I was doing out there. And he came here and just smashed them and made us look like fools. And then the Johnsons came in, you know, they'd come into a pack of boats and make everybody look like fools. But
they're good at that. That's for sure.
Those Canadians were talking. They're like, hey, there's some easy money just down over the border there.
But you beat
for
them.
years. For years it was, though. And then, you know, we thought it was secret spots. We thought it was secret baits, something. But, I mean, we were fishing right next to them half of the tournaments, right? And it's just the efficiency, knowing exactly how to present that bait, you know, when to move. Those guys are animals.
Yeah, it is wild, the smallmouth. Like you're saying, I mean, those smallmouth are, you know, when you find them, there's always someone in the group. If you're in a group, there's always somebody in that group who's just hammering on them, and you're like, what the hell is that guy doing? You know, like everybody's kind of throwing similar baits and stuff like that. But yeah, there's a wizardry to smallmouth fishing that I don't think is like any other. I mean, at least, yeah, there's moments in largemouth fishing, but in open water, smallmouth, I've never seen anything like that. You can have one guy in the boat dominating if you got a couple guys in the boat, and then no one else can get a bite. And it's just, but you guys executed perfectly. I mean, that second, we talked about the first day, but that second day, 30 pounds, 7 ounces. I mean, that was the only 30-pound bag in this tournament. The week before, or 2 weeks before, there was a whole bunch of 30-pound bags, but it obviously those fish slid up on beds. It got harder, and you guys were the only ones to pull out a 30-pound bag. What do you account for that? Were you guys by yourselves in your area, or were there other boats around you? I mean, what was the key to this second day weighing that big?
Yeah, we were around boats, but not within talking distance, right? Like, if you wanted to get a hold of them, you'd have to move to go talk to them. So we weren't within a couple casts. But it's funny, you know, we were talking about fishing in a crowd before, and how one guy can kind of be dominating that crowd. it kind of felt good day 2 because as soon as we put 2 in the boat, you know, one of the boats came over and pretty much sat right on top of where we were catching them. And he sat there all day and we didn't see him catch a fish. And we put, you know, we didn't need many fish, but we had 28 pounds in our first 5. And then the 6th one was a 7-pounder. So that called us up to 30 and a half. So where we were at, we never caught 30 pounds up there before. You know, it's usually a late April, first weekend in May, you know, little sturgeon down south deal, pre-spawn. But like you said, as soon as they come up on beds, it's tough to get 30. And it was magical that morning. I mean, Brent could tell you about the first one.
Go ahead, Brent.
Well, we were making a run, you know, long run, and we got up there and I had to take a piss, so I just threw my bait out just to get something in the water and got done taking a piss and checked my bait, and that was the first 5.5 we put in the boat. And I'm like, oh, that's bad luck, you know, catch one on your first cast, and apparently
that's good luck when you're peeing.
No, you just got to keep peeing. Like that's when you really hydrate, dude. Yeah, that's how you win. That's how you win big tournaments, bro.
First fish. That was the first bite of the day. Wow,
first bite of the day. Yep. So we
had our bag 2 7s.
Close.
Go ahead, Ryan.
Right,
Close.
Tyler. Close. I don't know if that second one was a 7.
Yeah,
2 7s.
It was like a high 6, 6'10", 6'12", somewhere in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had 2 others that were right at 6, and then a 5.5 yet. So it was.
So the second day, are they pre-spawn fish or are they off beds too? Or you're just using magic or whatever?
They were all 100% pre-spawn now. Nothing bedding up there.
100%. We didn't weigh in a fish all weekend on a bed.
Wow.
I'm not saying we didn't check beds, you know, late in the day on both days. But so this, you know, going to this is it was a huge risk on our part, and we put it in our heads like, all right, we're going to do this and we're going to take a swing because we knew the deal down south. Everybody knew the deal down south, and Tyler and I, we just put in our heads, we're going to stick to our game plan and see what happens. So it was actually a huge risk without wind, especially.
Right. Is this a situation too where if you had more wind, would you not have even made this long run? Like,
we were going, Ryan.
You were going.
We were going. No matter what, we were going because we were hoping for a bunch of wind, and we were very fortunate that we adjusted and caught them with none. But in my mind, it was 5-footers. We're still going.
Yeah. Wow,
that's crazy.
Let's try to sell this boat.
Tyler's
what's the boat? You guys want a boat? I mean, how's that? That's got to be awesome. But tell us about the boat, and I know you're trying to move it. And anybody listening interested in a boat? What is it?
It's a Ranger 198. It's this boat right here.
He's got it.
That boat. Yeah, with 150 Pro XS. It's a nice rig. You know, they took the cash away this year. I don't know if a lot of people knew that. So years ago, it was like 15 cash in a boat, and then it was 10 cash in a boat, and then it was 6 cash in a boat. Now this year, no cash.
Just the boat.
So
just the boat.
Just the boat.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, it's a boat. I mean, you want a boat. It's awesome. Still great. But yeah, somebody buy that. That is a good buy. I mean, I looked at it there. That's a perfect boat for anybody fishing rivers or anything like that. Go buy that boat. It's a good boat. What are you guys gonna do next? Are you gonna take this show on the road a little bit, or I mean, are you just gonna keep doing your same thing, or you got some momentum right now? There's some confidence. You gonna take it somewhere?
Yeah, you're rich.
Yeah,
now.
we talked about coming down by you.
Yeah.
You think you can catch them down southern end in August? Early August?
I think they can.
I love August fishing.
We got
I
a big
love it.
tournament we're going to talk about a little bit later.
Yeah, our end of the lake is, we don't catch 30-pound bags down here, but flirting with 24, 25-ish, stuff like that. It gets around there. Not in August, but
I catch 30.
But yeah, we've got this big open going on. We're going to talk about it with some guys after we're done here. But yeah, I mean,
You should come down.
get
and fish
down.
it.
It's a
Yeah.
totally, Lake Michigan is so awesome, and I know you guys love it, and I love it. It's the only reason I still live in Chicago is because of Lake Michigan. It's so awesome down here. There's not a ton of pressure. It's pretty protected by Mother Nature. We get big waves down here, but very industrial. You don't have these big flats and big bays like you do up there. It's mostly just shoreline and a few rock piles here and there, but mostly steel and garbage cans and rental bikes and stuff like that in the water that we're fishing. But pretty great population of fish, and you guys can get down and fish it, and anyone else listening, get down here and fish it. There's a lot of fish all the way from north of Chicago all the way around the southern rim of Lake Michigan. You can catch a bass almost anywhere down
Preach.
there.
Preach,
It's
brother.
good stuff.
Amen.
Where's Takeoff out of? Is it out of Hammond?
Hammond, Indiana. Yeah,
Yeah.
Horseshoe Casino. Yep.
I had a couple of guys this morning. We were talking about getting a group to go down, and if this becomes an annual thing, like hopefully get another Sturgeon Bay Open going,
Yep.
on Lake
We
Michigan.
fully intend on it being an annual thing.
Right.
It's something that's just hasn't happened down here. We haven't had like an annual open in any form. I mean, we do all our local stuff, and the local stuff has been drawing better throughout the last few years because the fisheries got so much better. And the water's cleaned up really good, and it's just a great fishery. I mean, I'm out there a lot, and you're catching fish all the time. It's gotten so much better in the last 10, 15 years. And especially since Bassmaster was here in 2000. I mean, it's leaps and bounds what it was back then. You're not, guys are weighing in big fish every tournament now, all year round. So
Is there enough areas for 100 plus boats?
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah.
Is there?
Yep. I mean, it would get, just like anywhere else. I would, after being up in Door County for that big of a tournament, I mean, yeah, there's more areas there up in Door County, but you can spread out down here. It's a lot of, it's just a lot of shoreline. You're not going to have a bunch of people crammed into a bay because we don't have bays. So you're just going to have
in August, tons of shoreline with hot chicks in bikini running along.
Yeah, we got that too.
There we go.
Same.
And the tributaries are open too. Lake Calumet. We have a lot of tournaments on Lake Calumet with good largemouth, and you got this whole stretch of river. Everything coming off Lake Michigan's open too. All these tributaries, so those are going to play as well. So yeah, lots of water to spread out. But back to you guys.
What's it going to
Sorry to get into the
take,
plug.
Ryan?
What's it going to take in August? It's going to take probably for 2 days. I'm going to say 35 pounds for 2 days. Could be more. I'm going to say 35 pounds. I think could be solid. They just get skinny when it gets to the end of the year. They'll be good looking fish. Those ones up by you guys, they're just built a little different, man. They're taller. We get a lot of 21, 22-inch fish down here. They just don't blow up in the summer. They just get skinny. They start chasing bait and burning calories.
Yeah, these ones up here are lazy.
Yeah, you got bigger gobies
from April until October.
Yep.
Yeah, your gobies up there eat chatterbaits.
I know. We actually catch them on the A-rig now too.
JP, you throwing that at state?
What, a goby?
You gonna be up here? Are you fishing state this year?
I don't
right.
plan to, but
I'll be up there.
That's Chippewa flowage again, right?
Nah, Sturgeon Bay.
Sturgeon Bay? Oh no, hell no.
Sturgeon Bay.
Hell no, I'm not going there.
Yeah, we'll be up there. It's going to be good. But yeah, you guys, I mean, just
All I do is 0 up there.
another congrats for winning this thing. I know, Brent, you got next weekend or this weekend, right? Escanaba.
Yeah,
that correct?
Escanaba, Wisco. Yeah, Wisco, our single series. So Tyler fishes full time on that series, and yeah, we're going up to Big Bay, Little Bay. Should be some good weights, maybe. Post spawn sounds like a post spawn bite up there. We got 58 boats, so first time for us to go up there. We're gonna see what happens, you know.
Yeah, everyone I know fishes with.
Tyler's gonna have to get his.
I'm leaving at 3 a.m. to get up there. It's gonna be, when Brent put this on the calendar, we talk about the schedule, for next year, like now, right?
Oh, is that legal?
Yeah. Oh, this isn't the opens guys trying to make the elites here, JP.
I'm on the lookout always.
Brent, we need to change the rules for next year. No, but he put Escanaba on the schedule. He put Escanaba on the schedule for June, and if this was a normal spring and we had ice, all the way into April, like we have in the past, 8 out of 10 years, like this would take upwards of 28, 29 pounds to win a singles event this weekend. But everything's 2-3 weeks ahead of schedule up here. I'm sure it is down by you guys too. It's just been such a warm spring, and with the no ice this winter, they're done and they're moving on already from the beds. There's water's warm. It's in the 60s already, and it's stable. It's not like it's turning over every other day. But yeah, it still should take 24, 25 pounds to win. But you're not going to see 15 guys with 24 pounds like you would have if it was a normal year.
Right. Well, I mean, that's incredible fishing still. And I wish I could get up there and fish it. I just didn't work out for me. But next year, I'm going to try to jump in those things again. But Brent, I wanted to say thanks to your wife, who it's her birthday today, for letting you come on. So happy birthday, Sarah.
Yeah, it's all good.
But,
she's behind the scenes at Whistle.
Yeah. And I just wanted to say, I think it's really awesome that you guys, weekend tournament anglers. I know Brent's a firefighter and carpenter and whatever. You do a bunch of different stuff. And Shane, you're in logistics, something like that. But I mean, just great to see like a big tournament like that. And guys that have, guys that are working and aren't necessarily able to get out there every day and go out and win a big tournament like this. It's inspiring for everyone that fishes weekends around here and anyone watching that has been intimidated to go fish that tournament, the Sturgeon Bay Open. That was my first year doing it. It's an awesome tournament. There's 5-pounders kind of all over the place. Get up there and get at it.
You beat the freaking Johnstons.
You beat the Johnsons.
It's been
you guys beat some hammers.
It's been a long time coming for us. I mean, it's like everybody's telling us our time's due up there, because we fish it so often. I mean, I grew up down the road from Little Sturgeon, and we got to fish it back when you could catch 100 fish a day was almost slow in the spring. And now, like Brent said, the fishery's great. The fish are in really good shape. They're giant, but they're definitely educated, and they're not as eager to jump in the boat as what they were 20 years ago, for sure. I mean, they weren't 5 pounds 20 years ago, all of them, but they were all 3 pounds, but you could catch 100 of them any given day. Now it's a lot slower, but
obviously they've seen a Ned rig. It's obvious.
They've seen a Ned rig, a hair jig, a tube, an A rig. Yeah, everything. They've seen it all. But there's definitely, I mean, there's so many fish up there. There's definitely still fish that have not been caught.
Oh yeah.
I know I found a couple of them. They were really dumb. I couldn't believe they were biting that fast. It was crazy. But yeah, I mean, the fishery seems like it's in incredible shape. I couldn't believe the average size fish up there. And I mean, it's almost like when you first go there, for me, like I'm seeing that, average fish seemed like it was like 4 pounds. I don't know. Like especially bedfish. You come across one on a bed, you're like, it's at least 4 pounds, and it's intimidating, when you're like, it's a little, when a 4-pounder is a little one in a tournament, that takes some adjustment. I'm glad I got that out of my system this year. Going back up next year, it's gonna feel a lot different. I'll be whizzing past those ones a little faster and not wasting much time.
Hey,
yeah,
Ryan.
yeah, Brent.
When you were practicing, were you catching them or were you just marking them down south? Because that's, I heard some guys just marking them, some guys were catching them. What's your theory on that? Because we don't do a whole lot of bed fishing, so
yeah,
it kind of went into a little bit of our game plan.
Okay. Caught two of them just to see, because they're a little bit deeper. Just wanted to get a gauge, for what I was looking at. We caught 2 and they were 5, a little over 5, and we're like, all right, well, I didn't think they were that big, and then they end up being 5 pounds. So yeah, once we caught those, then it was pretty easy to look at one and be like, all right, that's a good one. I would just mark it and go. I didn't see much point.
Sure.
And, you don't want to make it harder on yourself. That fish is going to be a little bit harder to catch if you catch it. So it's about efficiency. So yeah, just hope that they're big. There was a few that we thought were good that weren't very good in the tournament. So there's that too. But then there was a couple we didn't think that were that big, and they're big, so it works both ways. But were you guys,
sure,
that's a question for you guys on these pre-spawn fish in practice, were you poking a bunch of them? Like
we like to, to see what stage they're in, like, by the conditions. So if we catch some, on Monday, obviously those fish are probably either going to move or the wind's going to be a different direction. The water temperature is going to change, might be cloudy, something else. So we like to check, pretty much the same areas whenever the conditions change, and just keep learning how each one of those schools really set up compared to that day's conditions. And there's no secrets up there anymore. There's definitely areas that are better than others, but it's all about those conditions and the timing, the water temp, the moon phase. It's set up perfect for those fish to come up finally, because they're not there, the weekend before. They're not there, that class of fish. There's fish there, but not those ones. And they just came up literally Thursday. I think we pulled into that spot where we really caught them on day 2, and we caught 2 of them, and both of them were almost 6 pounds, and we knew that they finally showed up, right? And they weren't going to go anywhere because the water was right for them. So
right. Man, sounds like a perfect game plan and execution. So awesome. I don't want to keep you guys all night, and I just want to say thanks and congrats again on the big win. I was so glad to be there and watch it happen. And really happy for you guys. I know you guys have been working at it last year, finishing 11th, and just kind of working your way up and it paying off with this win. It's a good thing to see. I'll give you guys the platform. Is there anything you guys want to say or plug or anything like that before we go?
I just want to say thanks for the support that, the outpouring of support after we won was very humbling, to be honest with you. Winning a derb like this big, it puts it in perspective of the angling community, which that's what it's all about. Kyle and I started Wisco because of the anglers, right? We're all here for the fish, and how cool it was for everybody to reach out to us and congratulate us. And Corey hung out with us all night after the win, talk shop, and a couple other, buddies of ours.
Got your waypoints.
Gave me a headache the next day. Yeah. So just thank you to everybody, honestly.
Yeah, somebody better buy this boat, because we're still paying for Saturday night at Kitty's. No, it's just like Brent said. The the people reaching out and supporting us, and people were genuinely happy, and we were always genuinely happy when our friends won it. I grew up down the road from Adam Nye, and he was like another little brother to me. He's quite a bit younger, but we've been fishing together for years up there. When he won it, was it 2 years ago? I was just excited as hell for him, and I couldn't imagine feeling that way. And then this year, we end up doing it, and he was just as happy as I was for him, and a lot of the guys up there and from around the country, really. But yeah, this one, we were due for this one because COVID year, they canceled the spring and they made the 2-dayer in the fall.
Yeah.
And Brent ended up not being able to fish it, so I fished it with Karowski. And after day one, we were sitting in second. Right. Yeah, we were sitting in second after day one, and we had fished to ourselves where everybody else was fishing in the crowd. And we knew, if when the wind picked up, we were going to catch them again. The first 2 casts, day 2, we caught 2 6-pounders, and then we didn't get a bite the rest of the day. So it was brutal that year because we knew we could have won that one in the fall. Yeah. But this year it was special. You have like
28 pounds day one?
Yeah, something like that. I remember watching that one too. Or
it was crazy. I don't even remember, but it was wild. That one, same thing. It was like first 20 minutes of the morning we had our bag, and then we went looking for an upgrade, and obviously couldn't do it. But
I remember the picture because Chad still did smile.
He never smiled.
He don't smile.
I don't think he ever smiles.
This guy's fucking mean all the time.
Yeah.
Recruiter, he'll get you. But yeah, thanks again, guys. Congrats, and check out Wisco Bass. Go fish that circuit. That circuit is awesome as far as single circuits. I had so much fun. I fished the full season of it. It was a blast. 1-day singles across the state of Wisconsin, and really good payouts, and not huge entry fees, and well-run tournament. Go check it out. And you guys sell that boat. Somebody buy that boat. It's brand new. It's sitting right next to Brent.
Please.
Yeah,
give this guy a call.
Be the original owners on it too.
Right
so
yep. Original owners, warranties
Right
in place. Buy that rig, Brad Getz. Brad Getz, buy that rig. Thanks again, guys.
See you, boys.
Talk to you soon. We'll see you in September back up at Sturgeon Bay.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Congratulations.
Thanks, guys.
Awesome. Good stuff.
All my
These guys are great.
All my friends fish those Wiscos. you know what all my other friends fish?
What do they do?
The Calsag bass.
Yeah,
anglers.
that's right. They all fish the Calsag bass anglers.
Yeah. We got
Speaking of that,
coming up.
Andy, we got those guys ready? There's Dennis. We got Dennis Bannock and
more.
I was trying. Brian Jackson coming on from Calsag Bass Anglers, Big Lake Bass Anglers, Southshore Open. What's going on, Dennis?
What's up, fellas?
Is Jackson big timing us?
I don't know. I don't know what he's doing. Probably lifting or something.
He's probably lifting weights, preparing for
Can't
the.
find Jackson, so just go ahead.
What'd you say?
Sorry, I missed you guys Saturday, but I was in the great state of Arizona when it was 110 degrees. I would have rather been with you guys.
I hope it was fun. Anyways, Andy, did you say Jackson's coming or he's not?
Yeah, he's loading up right now.
He's loading up. Okay. All right. Cool. He got
great show, by the way, so far. Great show.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What's up, Brian?
I work so hard.
There he is. Well, we've got. I mean, Dennis has been working very hard on the Southshore Open. Gathering sponsors and working with the conventions and everything. And Brian is director and also helping with the Southshore Open. But Brian's been a very solid tournament director for the CSBA and for the BLBA for a couple of years now, right? 3-4 years, something like that.
Yeah. I mean, I appreciate you saying that, Ryan. That means a lot. Just the organization from Dave Figley. When he started this, just wanted to make something good for the anglers in the area because there's been 10 to 12 boat derbies, and he wanted to make something good where we're actually getting good payouts, and he did. I mean,
yeah.
This guy right now is now working on Boot Builder. and it's an awesome organization and business that he has right now. And
yep,
he still is a great sponsor for us, which allows us to continue to do what we're doing and having over 100% payback and having a good classic and allowing anglers to make good money over here, which I've never heard of. Even traveling to other places, you don't get over 100% payback in anything. And I'm just lucky that Dave had good faith in me to say, hey, Brian, I kind of want to step back. I gotta really concentrate on my life and my business, and to go ahead and try to run this organization. And so I appreciate you saying that, Ryan, that I'm doing a good job. I mean, I'm working hard, and I think we're pulling 40 boats sometimes. I mean, majority of the time on average we're pulling around 30. But for the most part, I mean, as a singles division, you're taking home $1,500 for a win, and if you get big bass, you could be somewhere around $2,000, and then if you get progressive pot, which we do, is something thrown in from Dave as well, and you could really bring home some big money in this organization, especially in the classics. Part of it to direct it, and I'm doing the best I can and put a lot of work in an organization. And I think Dennis Bannock down there too. He doesn't fish the big lake, but I mean, just being a part of what we do and putting rules together, and you too, Ryan and JP, and I mean, all of us. It takes a team to build what we got, and I'm just thankful for all you guys, and what we've come up with is awesome in this area.
Yeah, exactly. And just to emphasize what you said in the beginning, like, I was fishing these South Chicago tournaments. I started, I don't know, 8-9 years ago, something like that. And it was just terrible. I mean, at that time, I was just happy to have some tournaments to fish. And I would come out, but I mean, these were like team tournaments, and I was like, the only way to make a few dollars in this thing is to fish it alone, and you got to front the whole entry fee. And I was trying to do that for a while, and it was
a partner, and you come home with $200 if you're lucky.
Yeah. You win 500 at 12-boat tournament. You'd win 500. Entry fee was like 200.
Right. And bringing in a bag that I mean could compete with anybody. I mean,
right.
Yeah, I was taking.
You work hard on that body of water, and
he was taking that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, and that's how it was for so long, and people were just like okay with it. But Dave and I would talk even before he started, and just like, this is bullshit. We have to fix this. We have to fix what's going on here. And Dave had the means to do it, and he's not greedy, and he decided to just say, I'm not going to take any profits. I'm going to start a circuit. I'm going to put money into it, and never take anything out of it.
Yeah, and I mean, he's our main sponsor, obviously. You know what I mean? He puts in money in this organization, and it pays out to the anglers. But I mean, he's even reached out and gave us sponsors, and we've all worked hard at getting sponsors, and all those sponsors contribute to even a better payout as well. So it's unbelievable. I mean, the fisheries that we have here on Lake Michigan, Southern Lake Michigan, and Lake Calumet, and the river system is, I think, it's best in Illinois and the best in Indiana. I would go around and say, hey, anybody come and fish it. This is the best water that you're going to get. You got to come in here. You got to come here in the summertime and on Lake Calumet and catch 17 pounds, 18 pounds to feel comfortable winning a derby.
Yep.
And, I mean, in the spring and fall, we're pushing 20 pounds. I mean, plus all the time. It's good stuff.
Absolutely. And okay, so that's where all this started, and then we've built it into this, creating this open, and that's where you come in, Dennis.
So
talking about this open,
he's the man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, Dennis has been kicking ass.
Yeah, I mean, I can't take credit for the idea because it wasn't my initial idea. I was just the guy that was dumb enough to say I would spearhead it and not fish the event, because I would love to be fishing it. Don't get me wrong. I would love to be, part of out there with you guys, but sure. I'm truly enjoying, everything that it's taking to get this in our inaugural year put together, and hopefully it's going to be a success. And, with bringing Horseshoe Casino Hammond into the spotlight as our number one sponsor, as our title sponsor, that is huge. That means that they have confidence in all of us as anglers to show up and show out. right? So we need to do that. We need to get guys signed up because Horseshoe Casino was 100% confident that they want this to be a yearly event. They are fired up about it. They're the only casino in the area that is sponsoring anything like this. Okay, so they have faith that we're going to make it a great event, and they're opening up their doors to us for our pre-tournament meeting. They're going to have a hospitality lounge. They're opening up a ballroom for our pre-tournament meeting. This is not your run-of-the-mill rinky-dink, weekend tournament. This is they're going to really roll out the red carpet for us, and it's going to be great. And I want people to understand that I don't, like, on Monday after the tournament, I don't want people to say, man, I wish I would have been in that. I heard how great it was. I want people to say, man, that was a great tournament. I'm glad I got in. I'm not saying we got one chance, but we might have one chance. And we've been stressing this, and we got a bunch of guys signed up, but I could think of 10 teams out there right now that haven't signed up yet off the top of my head that fish Lake Calumet, Sag, Lake Michigan.
Yep.
They fish other tournament circuits, and I don't know what they're waiting on.
They're just, it's bass fishermen.
Yeah, I know.
We don't.
Yeah.
I know 10 guys that are going to sign up.
Right.
20 probably that will sign up, and they're just,
Yeah. So
they're just being bass fishermen, so they'll be there.
So I've extended the sign up period to July 29th because I know it was July 15th. I know some guys might be like weather watching to make sure that Lake Michigan. It's Lake Michigan. She's a bitch. So
it can be. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I know some guys may sign up on July 28th after they see, hey, it's going to be 90 degrees and a south wind, 5 to 10 miles an hour, a week from now. So that's why I decided to just extend it another couple of weeks, and maybe we'll get 10 more boats. And the other thing is one other thing I was thinking about it, and I decided I'm kind of on my own. It was brought to my attention a little bit. Maybe we should change the payouts from 1 and 8 to 1 and 6. What that's going to do, that's going to pay down more places. It's really not going to affect the top end, but I want people to feel comfortable that it's not just going to pay out the so-called hammers in this area, which honestly, that time of year, it's a level playing field.
A free for all. Yeah,
it's a level playing field. Like the guys that are catching them now, can they catch them in August? Sure, but it just gets it spreads out the field a little bit more. It brings largemouth way into play a lot more in August. And like you said, Ryan, I think you're pretty spot on with a 35-pound 2-day weight. I'm thinking more like 30, 32, 33. But I think it's going to be in that ballpark. You're right.
I was talking about that today. I mean,
you don't have, like, if you're not comfortable fishing big water, you don't have to. You don't have to for 2 days. You just got to.
I do want people to know that. I mean, it's not. This is a Lake Michigan tournament, but all the tributaries are open. You've got the Cal Sag. I mean, where we're taking off at Hammond, what is it?
It's
1 mile.
1 mile.
Yeah, max.
1 mile
and
to the Cal Sag.
By a seawall.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It's behind a seawall.
And you've got a break wall surrounding that area.
Yeah.
It's not. I know that a lot of people are very nervous to even go anywhere on Lake Michigan in a bass boat.
Sure.
And I get it if you've never done it before, but you just got to do it.
Yep.
Just go out there. If it's blowing east at 30 miles an hour, don't go.
Right.
But or even 20, whatever, east, northeast, at north, super strong. Don't go. Anything else, you're fine. Go fish.
Here's the deal, though, Ryan. I mean, if I'm a tournament director for BLBA, the Big Bass, which is on Lake Michigan, and the Big Lake Bass Anglers, and we follow NOAA, and watch the wave forecast, and if it's saying it's a small craft advisory, which is 3 to 5 footers typically or more, we're not fishing.
Right.
And if that happens, we're canceling the first day, and then we got a second day, and hopefully we can make that tournament happen. And if it doesn't happen because of some strange reason in August, we get 2 days where we have to cancel, then we do, and everybody gets their money back.
Right.
But in August, I mean, we're talking July, we're talking in the middle of summer. We get south winds, man. And if
winds
it
and
blows
you get
30 miles an hour out of the
winds.
south, I mean, we're going fishing, man. It's
Yep.
I mean, most of the time in August and July and even in June, we don't get cancellations. We get it more in the fall, more in the spring. Water is cold, and we get more of those north winds. And sometimes we have to cancel, but we reschedule, and most likely it's the next day. And we never had 2 days in a row really get canceled. So I feel real confident this tournament taking off, and safety's bar none a big concern. And we follow, the wave forecast, and we're not going to put anybody in jeopardy going out on a boat in a small craft and be in any type of danger.
Absolutely.
We've had made good decisions all the time in the last 4 years to say, hey, this isn't. We're not going out, and we stuck to it. We stick to what our game plan is, and I think people should not be afraid, and they should come and fish this event because, like Dennis was saying, that this probably is a one-time deal. If we don't get the boats and these major sponsors like the Horseshoe Casino, South Shore, if they're not seeing that this is a great event and it's worth their time, they're gone, and that means we're gone. So I think this is an opportunity for us to go ahead and display what we have on the South Shore of Lake Michigan, and really capitalize on having something that will be phenomenal for years to come. And it's a shame that people aren't like buying in right now, even if they don't know the body of water well. Like you guys said, August is tough. Lake Michigan,
they'll be there, man.
I mean,
They'll be there. And
Lake Calumet is gonna compete. I've gotten beat several times, and I'm good on Lake Michigan by people that run up in the river. And the guys are signing up too that fish the river. They know. So, I mean, I hope that people start signing up and realize that this is something that needs to happen this year for us to have this for a long time.
JP brings up a good point here. Let's tell them how to register.
Yeah, let's do that right now.
How do they do that,
Do that
Dennis?
a couple times throughout this interview.
Yeah, so the easiest way to register is just Google Southshore Bass Open. I did it yesterday.
Easy,
it pops right up. It's the first thing that pops up. Click on that.
I'm gonna do it right now.
And you scroll down, and there's entry forms that you can print off, and you can either also sign up through Eventbrite. You can get a hold of me. My phone number is on there. I can take a credit card. You can send me. You can send Southshore Bass Open LLC a check. There's an address on there. There's various ways to pay: PayPal, Venmo, whatever.
I just Googled it, Dennis, and the first three things that pop up are all places to register.
Right. Yep.
All right. So
Click on South Shore Bass Open.
Easy peasy.
Get registered. And Dennis, so everybody go just Google South Shore Bass Open, Eventbrite, search South Shore Bass Open, call Dennis, find Dennis Bannock on Facebook, hit him up, pay him, whatever you want to do. There's a lot of ways to register.
If you have any questions, I am open to any questions you have.
But one other thing I wanted to bring up too, I know that people that aren't familiar with the area don't know the harbor. They don't know what the harbor set up as. The harbor is very nice. Hammond Casino and Hammond Marina are very nice facilities.
Absolutely.
Safe, fenced in, gated, security all over the place. I know they like to yell at me for whatever.
Yeah.
But they're there. They're there, and they're there to protect your stuff. And
there's $1 million boats out there. So
what about the boat docks that you guys could actually buy?
Right. So
and I'm local, and I think I'm going to do it.
Yeah, the Hammond Marina is allowing us anglers, the participating anglers, to rent open slips for half the cost that they normally charge. I believe it's $17.50 a day, or $103 for 7 days.
$17 a day is
that's
steal.
Incredible.
That's less than a ramp fee.
And there's shore power, there's bathrooms, there's security, and you're surrounded by 500,000 and up boats. So Believe me,
Yeah,
these people
I'm a
are-
local guy. I'm a local guy, and I just don't want the hassle of waiting in line and trying to launch my boat. I mean, my boat's
Yeah.
sitting there. I'll go walk down the ramp and go jump in my boat and float around to launch.
I will also be
No-brainer.
taking advantage of this 100%.
Yeah.
And all that information is on the website. All that to sign up, the numbers to call. You can call tomorrow.
And bring your family for the whole event, because there's going to be all kinds of vendors, food vendors, beer tents, music. I mean, it's going to be a festival, really.
Yep. We got stuff for the kids to do. We have some tackle companies coming. We have Bedford Sales is going to bring a couple boats. We're hoping Cabela's is going to bring a couple boats. There's like Brian said, there's going to be food, alcohol, refreshments, water, a DJ. It's going to be more of like a family event than a bass fishing tournament is going to happen also. So
I mean, the biggest thing too is that anybody outside of this region that is listening tonight and saying this sounds pretty cool, I mean, come check it out, man. I mean, because this event right here, if it takes off, it could be like your next Sturgeon Bay, but over in the fall, and could be even better because of what we offer, like for the family event and what the Horseshoe Casinos are giving us, and the amount of payout that could be actually given into this tournament is phenomenal. I've never even heard of anything like this.
Right.
But once again, I mean, if you don't come and try it out and join and be a part of this, then we're probably going to fail, and we're working really hard.
Yeah. And the entry fee it's $450, and that includes big bass. With big bass, we're going to pay at least $500 a day. It could go up if we get more entrants. It could go to $750 or $1,000. I think the Elite Series, what do they pay for big bass? $500 a day.
Yeah, 500, 1,000.
I mean,
maybe.
and they're the Elite Series, and that's what
yeah.
So, and then we also have other special incentives. And I know you said I think Brent's a firefighter.
Yep.
So there's going to be cash awards for the highest finishing teams that has a firefighter, a police officer, an EMT or paramedic, and any military, retired or active. So there's going to be an additional 4 to 5 cash prizes for the highest finishing teams if they meet those requirements.
Oh, that's great. I didn't know
All
that.
that information is on the entry form.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to get that.
So Brent and Tyler need to come down here and fish. And
Yep. Scheduling. Get down here and fish it. Yeah. I mean, there's going to be, we're going to get the boats. I know you guys were concerned at the beginning, but they're starting to enter, and the numbers are starting to get up there, and it is going to be, I mean, like I said, I know a bunch of guys that just drag their feet. They will be there. Nobody in the local area is going to want to miss this. It would be the dumbest thing to miss. It's not a crazy entry fee. It's
not a crazy
$450 for a team.
Unless
$225 a guy.
Unless you're the guy weighing the fish.
right. And JP,
He's really good at it.
He is really good at it. Yes.
Very good at weight. JP does all the weighing of the fish.
Yeah, but they don't let that guy fish.
Yeah, they don't let him fish.
Because they'll win.
Yeah. That's why.
That's right.
That's what you do to the hammer. You make him the weighmaster.
Right. Take him out of the
Get him
equation.
out of
Take him out.
Yeah.
And just pay him.
Yep. One other, I don't know if you guys wanted to address what happened a couple weeks ago, but that's up to you.
I have. I mean, Brian, you're the TD if you want to address it.
It's a shame. I mean, you don't think, because a lot of the people that you know, I mean, you trust them and you fish against them on a regular basis, and it's like you try to do something super ridiculous to grab a little fame and not even about the money. It's like what are you doing?
Yeah. Well, just for full,
you just turn a total trash, and it's really disappointed. I mean, I know the guy well. I haven't talked to him even since the thing happened, and I probably won't. I don't really care to, because I think that's the worst thing that you could ever do in fishing. And
yes,
I mean, I wouldn't even be around him ever again, to be honest with you. And he was someone who was fairly close to me. I mean,
yep.
And it's a shame.
We all know him.
Brian, I get it, But people, if they're thinking, wow, this organization has people that are cheating out there and stuff like that, I've never seen it.
No, we caught them.
People say this, and people say that, and then all of a sudden, I mean, someone gets caught. It's like, wow, and this dude didn't even fish really tournaments. He every once in a while he'd show up and and act like he was a fisherman when he wasn't, and
I think
and then he wanted to be like, say, hey, I'm as good as fisherman as you guys are better, and then when he knows he can't be as good as us because he doesn't put in the time, and then he got caught. And
Brian, all I wanted to say about this is that, you know, in our regular monthly division, we had a cheater or a guy that tried to cheat.
Yeah,
his fish never even made it to the scales.
Yeah,
because he was busted.
Right,
because he was not a good cheater. I don't think there's any good cheaters out there. They're kind of all bad because you got to be dumb.
I'm sure there is. There is.
But I don't try. I trust that there's not in our division.
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't think so.
But if anyone, you know, that I know that news got out there and it was carried, but the guy tried one time and he would have won. He definitely would have won, and he was busted. And before he even got the weigh in, and we've got things set in place for this open. Obviously, this is a lot of money involved. There's polygraphs for winners set up, and there are going to be eyes on. When you're fishing our area, you're not going to go anywhere where there's not eyes on you.
Right.
That's one good thing. There are cameras everywhere.
Yeah, you're not going to be out in the middle of Lake Michigan.
Nope. Yeah. And even if you are, there'll be people out there too.
Yeah, we're going to have drones taking video footage.
I mean, there will be people driving by you.
Cool.
You're never alone on the south end of Lake Michigan. So, if that was, you know, that whole thing, that's the first time that's happened down here that someone's caught doing this ever.
And it's from a knucklehead that you would never.
Yeah,
be
some knucklehead that just was showed up when he felt like it and never taken seriously as an angler, never gotten a check.
Sure.
And it's a good thing that I'll never fish another tournament again. It's fantastic. So enough about that. Thanks for talking about it. I feel like it's got to be addressed.
I think it needed to be addressed. I mean, we get put out as our organization. This is where the cheater happened from, but it's like, I mean, really? I mean, this guy had nothing to do with us. Nothing.
Yeah.
Right.
So
right.
I mean, I'm actually glad that you brought it up, and it went national, and want to know why it went national is because of us. I mean, we wanted to go national because we don't want that in our club, and we're gonna put you out there as hard as we can if you do, and so don't try to do us that way again. And to be honest with you, it's a shame that the DNR didn't let the guy weigh in.
I know,
and make him get his felony charge, because that's what needed to happen. So shame on them, not us.
Yeah.
That's really how I feel.
Dennis, is there any, as far as people coming from out of town, what kind of amenities?
So and again, the South Shore Conventions and Visitors Authority, who is, you know, they're the Lake County Tourism Board, right?
That's what they do.
Yeah, what they do. They put on the website things to do in the area. Hotel recommendations are on the website. And you know, if someone needs to reach out to me with any questions, concerns about anything, they can do that. I grew up in this area. So you know, I can help them, you know, with whatever they need. Or they can just actually reach out to the South Shore Conventions and Visitor Bureau and you know, get that information also.
Yeah, is there any kind of a host hotel?
Yeah, they're on the website. There's 3 of them, I do believe, they put on there.
Okay,
and they looked into it to make sure that we can get like ground floor with outside hookups for you know, for the boats and stuff like that.
Okay.
But the Horseshoe Casino assured us that, you know, if people wanted to leave their boats in a fenced-in area, they could do that.
They have it.
They will have
at
security
the facility.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Or again, you can leave them in the Hammond Marina. You can leave them in the water, so you don't
with power on the docks.
With power, and then you can leave your trailer inside the fenced area by the Horseshoe, and then you're just driving around your tow vehicle. I mean, it's
perfect.
it's a really good setup. If you
It
don't,
might be the best setup I've ever
Best setup.
seen for a bass tournament.
That is bad.
Got settled all over,
Yeah.
and I've never seen this kind
And,
of
yeah.
accommodation. Never.
I mean,
Never.
if I was fishing it, my boat would be in the water all week. There,
Yeah.
it would
Dude, I'm
I
taking
can't
so much
wait.
advantage of that. My boat will be there the entire week. I only live like 20 minutes away,
yeah.
and
but
my
Can't
boat
wait.
will be in the water.
think of the
the whole
toll
week.
money you'll save by not pulling your boat on the Skyway.
I'm gonna pay for a launch fee. I mean,
Right.
it's
Yeah,
perfect.
all that.
Yeah.
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 And like I said, they got security and they've assured us that there's going to be no issues. Yeah. Now I don't know.
I trust that security 100%.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I would.
Yeah.
Like you said, the boats that are there. I mean, there's celebrities. There's professional.
Braun
athletes,
Strowman will be
boats
there.
It's what's that?
Braun Strowman will be there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean,
We can do.
yeah.
His boat's at least a mil.
Benza was going to put his boat there too.
Yeah. But again, the Horseshoe, they really stepped up, and I was, we had the meeting with them probably back in, I think, March or April, and they were actually the first ones I went to because it's in their backyard, right? It's the Hammond Marina, Horseshoe Casino. It's all in one area, and they were the obvious choice to go after for a title sponsor, and we wanted the Horseshoe Casino because they've supported Hammond for, I don't know, since 1990 something. I don't know, a long time, over 25 years probably. So,
So great.
So we want to support them as much as they want to support us, and having the pre-tournament meeting at their facility, they're gonna do it upright. I know they are. I mean, that's just how they do things. And then if the anglers can pay it forward and go throw $5 on a slot machine or something, whatever.
Oh yeah,
we would appreciate that.
I want whoever wins this thing to
100%.
go put it all on go put it all on one spin. Yeah.
So I mean, it's like I said, this isn't your
Not me.
not you. No. This isn't your run of the mill weekend derb.
But it is. It's not, but it is. It's gonna
is.
be an awesome event. But this is what it's for.
Yeah.
It is for the weekend guys
Yeah.
to have a chance at a stage way. I mean, a lot of guys from our area never fished like a stage weigh-in tournament, a proper tournament with an MC, a stage, a drive up. Be able to put your boat in the water, a 2-day tournament local. I mean, we've only ever had like two-day tournaments on Lake Michigan ever. Our 2 championships.
Yeah.
Or, Big Lake Shootout, maybe. I don't know if that was 2 days.
No, it was the Big Lake Shootout was a 1-day event. And
Yeah.
it held like maybe a couple years, 2 or 3 years. I'm not 100% sure. I fished them, a couple of them, and those drew 7. The one I fished, I thought it was over 100 boats. And then the one I talked to Ed Bone about, the one that he won with his partner, I think it was 78 boats, and that was maybe 2001 or 2002, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
78 boats, so, and that was honestly before smallmouth bass fishing was even that
That
popular.
tournament is nothing compared to what we're offering.
Yeah, that's not even the fishing was
Everybody
barely
came.
good back then.
Right.
So much better now. So
Right.
many more fish, so many more spots. Those fish are spread out everywhere. It should fish pretty big.
And I'm
In
telling
August,
you, I've been fishing Lake Calumet and the Cal Sag for 20 some years. Brian knows I've been fishing against Brian for a long time, and he can attest that fishery, the Lake Calumet, the largemouth and smallmouth, have exploded.
Exploded.
Exploded. I'm telling, like, a 15-pound bag is pretty common. Pretty common.
Oh God.
All year
Yeah.
long.
Yeah.
All year long. There's no like time where it's like, hey, you get smaller bags this time of year. No.
In the spring, 15 pounds will leave you hanging your head.
Right.
18 you need.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So for the largemouth guys, there's plenty to fish. You
Absolutely.
can even, and what about like the other harbors going towards Chicago, Ryan? You might be able to talk about that a little bit. I mean,
all the harbor.
Yeah.
Every harbor from I mean, Waukegan to their North Point, Winthrop, all the way to what? Benton Harbor, New Buffalo, whatever. All of
No.
those.
Yeah, not Michigan. Can't go in Michigan, but
Yeah, no
Illinois,
Michigan.
right?
Illinois and Indiana.
Everything, every harbor has fish.
Yeah.
Every one of them.
Jackson Park.
They're in it. Jackson Park.
That was
31st, Burnham, Diversity,
All right, Dennis.
Montrose, Belmont, all those harbors. Those are all staples in our fishery. I mean, there's not a dead spot anywhere.
And
so-
so going into those into the harbors with all the yachts or the sailboats and stuff like that, there's never an issue fishing in those areas, correct?
I mean, not like anywhere. I mean, nothing unlike anywhere else.
Yeah.
You might get a boat owner who's not so stoked on you skipping underneath your dock or whatever, fishing by their boat. But I honestly have less problems.
Be kind.
Chicago harbors or Indiana harbors that I've ever had. I fish southern Wisconsin a lot, and I do a lot of dock fishing, and I've had more trouble up there than I've ever had in Chicago.
Okay. Yeah.
People in Chicago are usually just curious if you're catching any.
Right.
I mean,
I fish by Navy Pier, and I get people taking pictures of us.
Oh yeah, you'll be on a lot of Facebook pages.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
Picture.
They're curious, like what are you catching, and are you eating? They always ask if you're eating them. Like,
yeah, and is this a lake or an ocean? They say that a lot too. Americans say that. It's pretty pathetic. But lots of weird questions from people down
What
there.
are you fishing for? Bass?
Yeah, what are you fishing for?
There's sea bass in here?
Yeah, saltwater bat. Nah, that's a lake.
Here you are, JP.
Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah, I always just say Blu-ray. What are you fishing for? Or for fun? Just for fun.
Just for fun, yes.
Yeah. But yeah, no, this tournament is gonna go off. I know you guys are worried. Don't worry.
Yeah.
It's gonna go off. We got the people, we got our locals signing up. Everybody's gonna sign up. Just everybody needs to know that this is gonna be the event to be at. There is nothing in August
Right.
going on.
Purposefully.
If you're a bass fisherman, you're a bass tournament fisherman.
Yeah.
There is nothing in our area, in our region going on better than this. I promise you that.
Right.
You can fish the tournament and go to your block party afterwards.
And I think, how many tournament circuits do we have within a 50-mile radius of Chicago? Probably enough.
Got a few.
There's probably 300 to 400 members throughout the clubs that are in this area.
100%. Yeah.
We alone in our club, our singles with Cal Sag and Big Lake, what do we have? 60 members?
60, 70, something like that. Yeah. And between Braidwood and the Des Plaines River area and everything else in Northwest Indiana and the Fox chain of lakes, there's a lot of boats up there. A lot of bass boats up there.
Right.
Come on down, guys. Chain rats. That's you.
I keep, and you guys have been putting it out there at the Sturgeon Bay Open or when you've been going up there fun fishing, putting up flyers. And I, obviously I greatly appreciate that and everything.
Need more flyers.
People know. They just gotta.
They're coming. They're coming. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
All right, guys. Well, if you guys don't have any, you guys got anything else you want to say about this before we get out of here?
I don't think. I think I'm good. I mean, there's some other ideas been floating around. Incentives, I guess you can say. It's going to be kind of surprises at the event. Maybe some giveaways. Maybe a free entry or two,
Snow cones.
Snow cones for sure. Yes.
Okay.
7 free boats. That's right. That's right. I spilled it. 7 free boats.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe
it's there's just different things in the works that you don't have to come in with the winning bag to get paid. I mean, there's going to be different things. You're hopefully walk away with some cash or we're going to have some nice trophies, nice awards. I've been working on those today a little bit. It's we're going to do the best we can to make it the best.
Right. Yeah.
Yep. Awesome. Yeah. Awesome. All right. And I'm just going to put this out there too. Whoever wins that thing is going to be on this show for sure.
Absolutely.
The week or 2 weeks after.
Yeah.
Little added motivation or deterrent. I don't know. Look at it however you want to look at it.
You're gonna have Ralph Baker on your show.
Yeah.
Well, he's already we already did that. We filmed it ahead of time. He won.
Thousands of people he's gonna win.
Right.
He won.
Yeah, keep talking, Ralph. We love it.
Dude,
Keep
man.
putting it out there that you're going to win. It gets more guys to sign up because they all want to beat you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you just know that you're gonna beat him.
He didn't win already? What do
He already won.
Oh, right. I did have the trophy engraved.
Yeah. Oh, good. Good time. All right, guys. Thanks for coming on. What's our next? What's our next regular season event, Brian?
Man, the next one is the Open. I mean, I got an Angler's Choice coming out here next week on Lake Calumet.
Yes.
If anybody's interested to get their feet wet and try out the river for a little bit, it's eating right now. I've been out there actually today. It's good fishing. So if you want to come out and fish an Angler's Choice, come on out. But other than that, though, I mean, this next big tournament for Cal-Sag bass anglers and Big Lake bass anglers is just Open, and then after that we have more. But this is the one. So come on out and fish it and start practicing and get your feet wet in the water because you're going to catch fish.
Yep, absolutely.
Google South Shore Bass Open, and it'll pop right up.
South Shore Bass Open. Get in it. Don't miss it. Thank you, Brian and Dennis, coming on, and we'll see you guys. I'll probably see you guys this weekend.
Sure. Yeah, we'll see you guys.
Good luck, man.
Yeah, good luck, guys. Thanks again.
Later.
Peace. Awesome. All right. We got to give away some. We got to give away some prizes. Andy, do you have a winner for? Do you have winners for line and lure or? You're sending them now. All right. While we're waiting, thank you to the sponsors: Omnia Fishing, Sims, Bob's Machine Shop, Impulse Lithium, Power Pole, Tin Cup, Berkeley Fishing, Abu Garcia, Crestliner, Waterland, Sunglasses, and Tightrope Fishing, and Cal-Sag Bass Anglers. Let's see if we got them here. So we are giving away. Let's start. Let's see. Line and lure. Okay. Tin Cup, Party Pack, Fun Pack, Extravaganza, whatever it is. Matt Bolton.
Congratulations, Matt.
Any relation to the pop singer? Michael Bolton? No. No fanfare for the winner. Okay.
You're going to be getting
JP, clap. There he is. All right. And the final winner of the show for the KVD's Line and Lure prize pack,
need that
Nick Withrow. There they are.
All right.
They only like Nick.
Congratulations, Nick.
That's fine. Congratulations, Nick. DM the Straycast Facebook page. Do attention Rock and Shoal Fantasy. That's hard to say. J.R. Ewing. And get him your information, and he will send that out to you. Congratulations. Small jaw. Yeah. We need refills. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Thank you, Pat. Thank you, Kyle. Thank you, Wesley, Brent, Tyler, Brian, Dennis, everybody for coming on. Thank you, Andy, for producing the show. JP for sitting in.
Yep.
I think we're back next week. If not, we'll be back the week after. Till then. Peace. See you next time. That's a pretty good one.
Based in Chicago, Illinois, Tightrope Fishing has been designing and producing high-quality tackle for over a decade. Creators of the Baby Fireworks Super Jig, Bite Getter Spinnerbait, and more, Tightrope products are made by actual bass anglers that understand the need for tested and proven baits that catch fish. Tightrope products are available at tightropefishing.com and your favorite online tackle retailers.